It's hard to believe that we've reached the final market update for 2024. Where has this year gone? It's been an interesting year from a real estate sales perspective that's given way to some very interesting trends. Next up is the year-end market update and my predictions on what's going to happen in 2025. We are going to end the year with all three market segments up, but with some definite headwinds facing the marketplace. If you're wanting to hear about the Massachusetts real estate market data for single-family homes, condos, as well as multifamily properties, then you're in the right place. Real quick, my name is Jeff Chubb, and I'm a recovering investment banker turned real estate agent and investor that sold more than 1,000 houses. If you have any questions in regards to real estate, then no, I'm here to help. Thinking about buying or selling a house, then please reach out, as it would be a great pleasure to chat with you about your real estate goals. Let's start with the single family segment. In November of 2024, we saw 3,196 single family houses sell for an average sales price of $792,000. So far, the last quarter of 2024 is going great from a sales perspective. That is now 2 months of year-over-year increased sales levels. The 3,196 single-family homes sold in November was 1.7% more than last year. We saw 3,143 houses sell. Yes, it wasn't last month's 12% increase, but let's take what we can get. Positive news, that's great news, or on the sales side at least. Adding in this month's sales levels, the year-to-date sales level increase jumped up just a tiny bit more, going from 2.94% last month to 2.99% this month, as we now have 34,574 units sold compared to the 33,569 units at this point back in 2023. It's safe to say that any talk of the market slipping, that's been put to rest, and that the uptick last month was not an outlier. In November, we recorded an 8.2% year-over-year price increase in single-family property values. This seems to be a pretty nice way to close out 2024. With 11 months down, home prices in Massachusetts are up by 7% year over year. 2024 is going to be another great year, well, for homeowners, that is. Now on to the yearly sales comparison levels. Last year's side, our sales levels of 3,196 units put us kind of in line with November of 2011. It's just that November of 2012 was just such a kick-butt month. As I've said, we have embraced the suck when it comes to sales levels. This is more of the same, but with another breath of fresh air because sales levels went up. But I continue to not see anything out there that will flip the switch where all of a sudden you see a ton of sales pushed in the marketplace. The only thing that would do that is if interest rates dropped like a rock, and I continue to not see a scenario where that's going to happen. Talking about trends, we're now at 5 consecutive months of year-over-year sales level increases. As it stands, it looks like we will have only 3 months of 2024 where we had year-over-year sales declines. Before January, we had 30 consecutive months of year-over-year sales declines. So sales declines of just 3 out of the last 11 months, that's a big improvement. And that is now 53 consecutive months of year-over-year home price increases. Now, as a spoiler alert, when talking about predictions in 2025, then this trend will be one that I expect to continue. 5 consecutive years or 60 months of pricing gains. Here we come. I see it happening. But it's all about inventory levels. So let's just take another look at inventory. And the recent inventory trend just has me scratching my head a little bit for what could happen in 2025. Second month in a row that I can say this. This is a 5-year high for monthly inventory levels. We ended the month with 4,515 single-family homes on the market. Year-over-year, inventory levels are up by 6%. We had 126 more homes on the market at the end of November in 2024 when compared to November of 2020. So that means that inventory levels are 2.9% higher than 2020 inventory levels. This 2.9% is down a bit from last month's 4.1%. Here's the piece that's interesting. That last data set that we just looked at, it captures the last date of the month, while this chart is always a Monday to Monday comparison. So essentially, it's the first Monday of December for the last 4 years. And for the first Monday of December, we actually crossed the 2022 levels. We now have 358 more single-family homes on the market when compared to the same point in 2023, and now 62 less single-family houses on the market when compared to 2022. We haven't had more inventory on the market in 2022 since the end of August. This is the interesting piece of data that just has me scratching my head as we're getting ready to walk into 2025. Does this mean inventory is going to start tightening again, or will it continue to grow? And here seems to be the reason why inventory levels are down so much. All of a sudden, new listings just dropped off a cliff. We listed 2,606 single-family houses in Massachusetts in November of 2024. This was a 13.2% decrease when compared to the November of 2023. And for comparison purposes, last month we listed 17% more houses than compared to October of 2023 and 18% more when compared to September year-over-year comparison. Now, price reductions also dropped significantly. In November of 2024, we saw a decrease of 27.4% with 238 price reductions. All right, let's do a quick recap. So sales in the single-family market, they were up by 1.7%, while inventory was up by 6%. The number of new listings were down by 13.2% when compared to last year's numbers, while seeing a 27.4% decrease in price reductions for November of 2024. The $792,000 average sales price means that home prices in Massachusetts were up by 8.2% year over year and 7% year to date. Yes, the trend line of home prices is going down, but that's what we see every single year this time of year. The list to sale price ratio for November of 2024 was 99.9%. That's pretty darn good, and it's natural for the trend line to decrease. But the interesting takeaway is that in June, we fell below the 2023 levels, and we haven't looked back. This is a sign of a weaker market, but still a pretty darn good market. Our days on market came in at 37 for the month of November. We crossed the level seen in 2023 back in August, and like the list to sale price ratio, we haven't looked back with the days on market either. We have the condo market and the multifamily market up next, but first, any chance you could just do me a huge favor, as it just helps play with that YouTube algorithm. If you hit that like button right down there, it just makes a huge difference to me as well as the channel. And if you're enjoying the content, I appreciate you considering subscribing. We saw 1,277 condos close in Massachusetts for the month of November, with an average sales price of $685,000. Let's start with the sales data. Sales levels, they were down by 3.1% year over year. The 1,277 condos sold in Massachusetts for the month of November was compared to the 1,318 units that sold in November of 2023. Year to date, we've closed 15,124 condos compared to the 15,512 in the first 11 months of 2023. This means that we've seen year-over-year sales declines out of 7 out of the last 11 months. Similar story in the single-family market. We had 25 months of year-over-year sales declines before this year. So even if we get a month here or there with higher year-over-year sales levels, then I consider that a win. Aside from last year, the 1,277 units sold was within the range of November of 2014. That's a pretty good showing for the second to last month of the year. But this is down from last year. Another 4-year high for inventory levels in the condo market, though. The 2,562 condos on the market in Massachusetts is 7.4% higher than inventory levels back in November of 2023, and 406 units above the November of 2021 inventory levels. Now, we had 208 more condos on the market when compared to the end of November of 2023, 198 when compared to 2022, and 430 more than 2021. All these levels, they tightened a bit when compared to last month's analysis. Just like the single-family market, the condo market new listings, they were down year over year as well. The amount of new listings were down, with 1,136 new condo listings hitting the market. The 183 fewer new listings when compared to November of 2023 represents a 13.8% decrease in new listing activity in Massachusetts for the month of November. And we saw a decrease in the amount of condos that saw price reductions in Massachusetts as well, because there were only 73 price adjustments in the whole entire state of Massachusetts in all of November. This is 37 units, or 33.6% fewer than when compared back in November of 2023. As a year-over-year comparison, sales, they were down by 3.1%. New listings were down by 13.9% when compared to 2023. Meanwhile, inventory was up by 7.4%, with a number of price reductions down by 33.6% year over year. A couple additional stats is that the list to sale price ratio for the month of November was 99.2%, while the days on market, it was 40. As a year-over-year comparison, this means that the list to sale price ratio is down by 0.87% from last year's recording of 100.06% and up 1 day on the market, as the count was 39 days on the market in November of 2023. Great news, as this month broke that 4-month price decline that we had been seeing. The average sales price of $685,000 was 3.5% higher than the average sales price in November of 2023, at least for sellers, that is. Yay! When it was $661,000, Those 4 months of pricing declines that don't look great. Good to see some positive pricing gains on the board, though. The big news to me is that I felt that we were just flirting with that negative pricing territory for the year. The sales price increase this month, it just ends that debate. Year to date, condo prices in Massachusetts dropped by 1.7%. This number was 4.6% in June, 2.9% in July, 2.4% in August, 2% in September, and 1.6% in October. So I'm happy to see this leveling off. We will eke it out this year, but this is going to make for a very interesting 2025. And now for my very quick shameless plug. If you are thinking about buying or selling a house, then reach out to me, as we'd be honored to help guide you through the process. Now on to the multifamily market. Another good month in the multifamily market. In November of 2024, we saw 419 multifamily properties sell for an average sales price of $842,000. The 419 units sold was 2 units, or a 0.5% increase in the year-over-year sales levels for November. Now, this means that year-over-year sales levels are now up by 6.5%. The 419 units sold puts us right in line with last year when we sold 417 units. Inventory in the multifamily market, it fell a little bit. There are currently 748 multifamily properties on the market, which means that inventory levels are down by 52 units, or 6.5% year over year. It's very interesting because we spent pretty much the entire year above the 2023 levels. And now we've taken a turn and are in negative territory. And to put it all in perspective, only 2 months ago, we had 57 additional units on the marketplace. Like the other market segments, here lies our culprit for the decreased inventory levels. We listed 18.4% fewer multifamily properties than we did back in 2023. We listed 486 multifamily homes in November of 2024, which is compared to the 543 multifamily properties in November of 2023. Year over year, the $842,000 was 9.6% higher than the levels we recorded back in November of 2023. The 9.6% is more in line with what we've been seeing throughout the year, so kind of back to normal. Multifamily property pricing is now up by 11% for the first 11 months of 2024. It's true, the price appreciation level, it slipped slightly, but man, has this been a good year for multifamily property owners. It's now time to start putting our focus on 2025. And there are some big questions. What's going to happen with interest rates? Are they going to go up, down, or more of the same? Will this new administration will change anything in the real estate market? Will they somehow stick to their promise of getting more affordable housing supply on the market? How do the new policies affect the overall health of the economy and thereby our real estate market? Will inventory continue to increase and thereby pricing become softer? And dare I say it, dip into negative territory? And sales levels, will they be up or will they be down? Or are they going to fall in line with 2024? Those are the questions that I'm going to try to answer in my predictions 2025 videos, so stay tuned. I want to talk about your own personal real estate needs. Again, it's Jeff Chubb. Whether you're looking to buy or sell a house in the next 9 or 90 days, then I would love to chat with you. Just find out more about your real estate goals. And if you know of anyone that's thinking about buying or selling a house, then I truly appreciate you passing along my contact information. You can visit YouTubeRealEstateAgent.com or find all my contact information in the description below, right down there. Until next time, let me know if you have any questions, and have a happy holiday season.